Hey everyone, in this section I will talk about elasticity. Elasticity is an economic concept that measures the responsiveness of one variable to changes in another variable. We will look at the elasticity of demand, then we look at price elasticity of demand, price elasticity of supply, cross price elasticity of demand, and income elasticity of demand. So price elasticity of demand, this shows us the percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change in price. That means this is going to be the effect, and percentage change in price, this will be the cause. So we have a cause and effect relation. We need to know how much quantity changes, or what is the percent change in quantity when there is a percent change in price. Now if we look at the price elasticity of supply, the difference between these two is over here for price elasticity of demand, we had percentage change in quantity demanded. Over here we have percentage change in quantity supplied, and it's going to be divided by the percent change in price. Even here, percent change in price is the cause. Percent change in quantities supplied, this will be the effect. What's the other difference between these two? So when you look at percent price elasticity of demand, we are looking at the buyer's perspective. When we look at price elasticity of supply, we are looking from the seller's perspective, and we are going to have a negative sign when we calculate the price elasticity of demand. This is because the demand curve slopes downwards and price and quantity demanded moves in opposite directions. But when we calculate the price elasticity of supply, we will have a positive sign as the supply curve slopes up and price and quantities supplied are positively related. Now I have an Excel sheet where I have a demand curve, and I'm going to show you the price elasticity of demand for different points in the demand curve. So let us look at these 2 points here, which are G and H. So let's see what's going on here. Say H is the old point and G is the new point, and each demand curve is showing me a combination of price and quantities supplied. The way it's written to me over here, the first number is for quantity and the second number is for price. Point H, the quantity is 1600, that is the quantity demanded, and the price is $130. Now if I look at point G, the quantity is 1800 and the price is $120. There is a formula for calculating the price elasticity of demand. We can go back to the slide here and I can show you the formula. You can either use this formula which is the percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change in price of the product, or we can use a midpoint formula, which is change in quantity over sum of quantities divided by 2. That means the average of two quantities. This whole thing will be divided by change in price over the average of prices. Now coming back to our example here, I want to calculate the price elasticity of demand between points G and H. So the first thing I need to know is what's the percentage change in quantity. This will be 1800, the new quantity. From that I subtract the old quantity, which is 1600. I divide by the average of these two quantities. So what I have is 0.1176. Now I do the same thing for price. The change in price between these 2 points is 120 minus 130 over the average of prices. I have this number as negative 0.08. To compute the price elasticity of demand, I'm going to divide 0.1176 over negative 0.08. My result is negative 1.47. I am always going to get a negative sign when I calculate the price elasticity of demand. This is because price and quantity demanded moves in opposite directions. When price is going down, quantity demanded is going up. This is the law of demand, which we saw in the chapter on demand and supply. And because of this, we have the negative value here. But we have to ignore the negative sign and look at the magnitude of this value. If it is greater, less, or equal to 1. If this elasticity result is greater than 1, we say demand is elastic in this interval. So this means the percentage, this sign delta is for change. Percentage change in quantity demanded is greater than the percentage change in price. This is for elastic demand. Now, I still have the same demand curve, but I'm going to look at two other points. I'm going to look from points B to A. So over here, B is the old point and A is the new point. The combination is $2,870, and for A the combination is $3,060. I use the same formula that I used before when I calculated elastic demand. The percentage change in quantity is gonna be 3,000 minus 2,000 over the average of these two. We get this value here. The percentage change in price is 60 minus 70 over the average of these numbers. I have a negative number. I have a negative number for price because price, as you see, is going down. I have a positive number here because quantity is going up. My overall result after I divide percent change in quantity over percent change in price is this value. I will ignore the negative sign and look at the magnitude of this value. If the magnitude is less than 1, I have this value 0.44828. As this is less than 1, my demand is inelastic in this interval. This means the percentage change in quantity demanded is less than the percentage change in price of the product. Now I'm going to look at unit elastic demand in this example. So the point F is my old point where quantity is 2000, price is 110. Point E is the new point where the quantity demanded increased from 2000 to 2200. The price went down from 110 to 100. And I can do the calculations here. Percentage change in quantity using the midpoint method is this number. Percentage change in price looks like the same number except we have a negative sign. Price elasticity of demand is what I'm getting here, a -1. If I ignore the negative sign, my value will be equal to 1. This is the result. And if the price elasticity of demand is equal to 1, we say demand is unit elastic over this interval. Okay, hope this makes sense. Thank you very much.